I'm going to call this video today the fun, the fascinating, and the frustrating. you know, I think back on all those different emotions, and before they had a different meaning. So I'm going to kind of talk about, where the meaning is to me today or how it's changed. I don't know. Maybe this will resonate with some people. Maybe it'll resonate with some loved ones, because I'm going to talk about the fun because things that used to be fun, aren't necessarily that much fun as they used to be. The fascinating becomes mundane, and then the frustrating, becomes the fact that we just can't, or I can't, you know, even feel good or bad about the whole thing anyway. So this weekend was filled with a whole bunch of stuff. I'm late getting to this video because the weekend was so busy. It started on Friday. I was doing some work, and I'm trying to help my sister with a project. And through that process, I got over there and I was just trying to do some work in her yard, and I was just trying to get it done and leave, get out of the way because I knew that I was going to go back Saturday and we were going to put in a full day. The project that we were working on, was going to take some time. I had the people to help me do it, so it wasn't something that I couldn't manage. But, the fun, I used to enjoy going out and doing projects, if you will. I used to enjoy going out and going to places. I used to enjoy, going out and doing things. But me and my sister, we just had a real coarse bit of words together that afternoon. And, it was frustrating a little bit because I don't feel that bad about things. And she's still a little bit behind me in age, and she has Huntington's and so do I. So you can imagine it's like, two bulls butting heads maybe sometimes. All I wanted to do is go over and do my little job on Friday and then leave. She came home and then things just turned south a little bit. So, but then, okay, so then I come home and then I'm being a little bit rattled about that. So I'm talking to my wife, Wendy, and then, I get a little bit rattled with her. So I took off and I went out I got out of the house because I figured, well, let me go see if I can wrap my head around just something different, try to change my environment, all the things I say to do. I went to that place, the antique mall. I did a few things there, made a few videos. Again, stretching myself beyond where I, just could have gone and buried my head in the sand for a minute if I wanted to. So I'm going to call it, the fun part of the weekend was we did that Friday. We went out to dinner on Saturday. Wendy and I haven't gone to dinner. No, actually, it was Sunday. We haven't gone to dinner for so long. I worked my tail off on Saturday doing this project. I got to see a few people I haven't seen before. But, I want to reclassify that because I say that was, I enjoyed working. So, but the fun things now don't seem to be fun to me. They just seem to be like they're just part of the routine of life. I don't get a high on anything. I don't get super excited about anything. And then, the fascinating things of life, I don't get excited or I don't get so fascinated by things anymore either. So things don't have that same fascination to me. Getting to go out, maybe to a place you haven't eaten for a long time, or going to a fancy restaurant that you used to, you went to when you got married. All that stuff just doesn't have the fascination to me at all, hardly. So, and I've talked about this a little bit, but what I'm noticing now, and the reason I'm even bringing it up is because I'm noticing that I'm getting more unconcerned. I'm becoming less able to, show concern, and I don't really have the same concern if I hurt someone's feelings. So, I can make you madder than heck. I can make you spit nails, and then I can go home and kind of, get beyond it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but again, with Huntington's disease, and we've talked about this before, sometimes the things that happen to us, aren't always, as ideal as we would want them to be, or our family members would want them to be. Now, again, I kind of classify myself as, not being real far into this or whatever. But when we had our little bit of a disagreement, my sister and I think I really did upset her pretty bad. I apologize for it. But now, when going out, having dinner, doing those things this weekend, they just, I haven't been out to dinner for a long time. We usually order in or cook in or whatever. I can usually get into an uncomfortable situation there too. I did have a good dinner this week. we went out and I didn't do any videos of that. So, but I did some videos at this mall I went to, which was kind of neat. It's an antique mall. But, the fun things aren't as fun anymore. The fanciful things, or the fancy things, or whatever you call them, they're not as fancy anymore. And the frustration of it is that I can't, tell you that I'm ever going to get different or change or be any different than I am. So when you add it all up, I feel bad for the people around me. I really do. And I just want you to know, you're somebody's loved one, and this is how they might tell you how they feel sometimes when they act up, or when they don't want to cooperate, or when they get hard-headed. So I'm kind of saying it for them. It's nothing that I want to do or not do, but it's something I can't handle. I can't change. I can't do anything different about how I feel. So over this weekend, it would sound like a great report, and you could say, oh man, it was awesome and had a good time. And all those things are true. My wife enjoyed herself. We had a good dinner. But nothing ever rang the bell to the point where I was saying, man, I got to do this again, or I wish I could do this again. And I feel so bad about how I don't have that same concern for others. So, the funny, or the fun, and the fantastical, or whatever the word is I used, and the frustrating. So the frustrating thing is that we can't express this to you, our loved ones. We're stuck in this quandary of, kind of a little bit of a downhill thing, because we know that our brains probably, are going to digress. They're not going to get a whole lot better. And I don't mean for this to in any way be, a negative Nancy kind of a thing. But, to me, what it feels like sometimes is I kind of feel like, the Superman that I was has gone away. The Superman died, and now I'm just a normal guy getting along. Kind of like sometimes people in this society seem to feel real well about doing today. But I came from the old school, and I felt like, I always had that ability to, apologize and, give others, the care and concern. I don't have that too much anymore. But anyway, just be aware, folks, and the loved ones and the kids and the whoever, that sometimes Huntington's disease, well, obviously it's going to keep getting different. And like I said before, it can get different daily. But we don't mean this to you guys at all. And we don't know how to do anything different about it. So just remember that we're doing everything we can, keep moving through the day. And sometimes that's all we need. We just need to keep moving through the day. So this, again, has been uplifting for me to do what I've been doing with the videos and going out. It's made me more, outgoing than I would have been otherwise. So anyway, that's today's video. Huntington's disease Todd. I'm going to try to go out this coming week and get some cars at a car show on Friday night. So that might be fun. Okay, everybody have a good day. Go to Huntington's disease Todd and subscribe, and we'll just keep moving forward, all of us.